Good evening, participants again. So, how are you all? Today's workshop is mainly on the session is mainly on the school leadership development program. This is a part two, and today's session will be on mainly on school leadership development, and which will be mainly a smart school system. And you'll be knowing that we are working for Varthana. Varthana is a non-banking financial company which provides us various services in infrastructure development, and along with that various services like in the form of webinars or training or workshops. So let us not further delay and let us go ahead with our today's session on topic, and mainly my facilitator introduction. Myself, Preeti Ponappa. I'm working with this organization for more than for more than 4 years, and previously I was working for an NGO, and before that I was a teacher also. So that's my personal introduction. Okay, so we'll be getting a certification of completion only when you have attended full sessions for 1 hour. Okay, so after the whole program, that is the 3-week program. Now the today's module is on smart school management. So what will be smart school? Will be understanding that, and what can be done in your school with the existing resources that you have. So integrating systems and technology for efficiency. So today's agenda is on introduction and session objectives, streamlining core school operations, and using affordable tech tools effectively. It's an affordable tech tools, not a complicated one. We are not going to invest more on it. Then digital dashboards to monitor key school metrics, how you want to key school metrics, a core thing that we have to assess, how you'll be doing it. Then building staff digital habits so that everything is recorded on time. Then cyber security and responsible tech use, which is the most crucial thing because a lot of personal data will be stored. And summary and feedback. So introduction part, let's have an icebreaker. I just want there's one question, a poll question. You can use the in chat message over here. So where do you spend the most time following up every month? As a school leader or as a teacher? Mainly because it's a school leader development program. So as a school leader, where do you spend the most time following up every month? Is it on admission and inquiries, fees and payments, attendance and reports, parent communication, or staff coordination? So as a school leader, so where do you spend most of your time following up?
Staff coordination.
Staff coordination. Thank you, ma'am.
Staff coordination.
Staff coordination. Okay, that's good to hear. Okay, so you're finding difficulty in staff coordination. Otherwise, the fees tracking, everything is going smoothly. So today will be more of a refreshing how you can more better use of technology can happen in your school. So one is the streamlining, and objective of the session is to streamline daily operations using simple workflows. A proper workflow is required, and introduce affordable tech tools for administration, learning, and data tracking. I'll go with the next objective. Use digital dashboards to monitor key metrics like attendance, performance, and fee status. Train staff to adopt digital habits and reduce manual errors. Then ensure cybersecurity, data privacy, and responsible tech use across the school, which I think everyone is aware of it. It's just a refresh. Now, okay, streamlining. First objective on the first agenda is streamlining core school operations. So what does smart mean in a school context? When you say smart school or smart, what does it mean?
It's a practical learning, ma'am.
It's a practical learning, correct?
And also the student should be taught in a precise way.
Precise way. Yes, ma'am. Acceptable, correct, ma'am. Anyone else? As per your understanding in today's generation, what does everyone talk about smart?
And they need to apply everything, and they should answer or they should learn everything by applying things.
Correct.
Comparative with the day-to-day life.
Yes, ma'am. So that they can relate to the reality. Correct.
Moreover, time management.
Time management. Yes, sir. Yes. Everyone is right. A smart is something what we expect from a student. As a student, we expect this kind of result, like that should be smart enough to understand things, comprehend things, and relate to the real world. So along with the time management. So when we say actually smart school management, it is mainly the kind of managing the time with the resources available and not much of fluctuation or deviation. So in here, it is smart school. It is more of a tech based. So smart doesn't not mean expensive or complex software. When you say complex software, not where we have to have our applications or anything. With the available Google Drive, whatever you're using, smart can be smart school can be managed. So how does it? It means more of connected systems. How we are going to connect systems. When we say connected systems, it is more of like a simple digital work that saves teachers and administrations time rather than adding extra work to it. So it should be a connected system. Then comes the simple digital workflows where it has to have proper systematic workflow. It has to have then clear data visibility. It's not only one person has that and one person has to share it or again email it. It should be in a shared drive so that everyone can view what is happening, what is the status with regard to the marks or attendance or register. Everything it should be in a visibility. Then the consistent staff practice. When you say consistent staff practice, it is like this shouldn't be a one-time situation. It should be a regular usage. When this happens, automatically your time is saved. During the audit time, you need not look out for the documents, everything. So your time management actually happens. So the main goal of this smart, when you say it, is right information at the right time for the right decision. So whenever you write information when you want at the right time when it is available, so for to make the right decision for the school. So when you say why smart school management matters today, why do you think it matters? When you say we need to upgrade our school, when we keep on saying why smart school management matters today?
People likes technology, ma'am,
People like technology. Why do you think they like technology, ma'am?
because it's very easy
Yes, correct.
and we get everything in one hand.
True, ma'am. You're right.
So all the public or maybe the parents or even the students are very much interested in smart managements today,
Correct,
even
ma'am.
in the classroom.
Even at classroom. Yes, ma'am. And as you mentioned clearly, yes, for day-to-day activities, and it is more convenient. So as my ma'am mentioned, yes, it is everything. Everything is convenient and easy to use, and now it is a trend. So multiple systems, registers, and reports, everything can be stored over here. So when you have a smart, everything will be in a one place. And why automatically the increased parent expectation nowadays even the parents are the mindset is changing. It may be urban, rural, or semi-urban. Well, everywhere when see that you find that parents are coping up with the recent digital world, and even they expect something from their mobile, some homework through the mobile, or even their or any kind of information through a mobile itself. Then compliance and documentation pressure. When it comes to auditing as a school owners, there is a lot of auditing which will be happening every year and financial year ending or mid-year. Automatically, all these records need to be compiled and documented. So in order to avoid any kind of flaws or errors, so this school manage for this tech smart school management helps. Then is the time lost in manual follow-ups. When you have manual follow-ups, we did earlier, we used to do all manual follow-ups, all my manual registers. But we used to take lot of time for it, because again, we make a note, then somewhere we find it difficult, then when you have to cross verify, we have to keep on checking line after the line. But since we have the Excels, automatic, most of your document you can collate, segregate, or even filter. So your time spent, as Messer mentioned, time management is there. So you can manage your time, and there is a lot of time for other things also to think. Like you will not stress on this part. So smart management equals less paperwork plus more leadership time. So you have more leadership time. You can plan on other things also. Now let understand the core areas that need streamlining. In your school, which are the core areas do you think that is needs streamlining for your school? Meaning a precise or a proper flow. One you mentioned about staff coordination. Yes, that is something.
Teachers workload,
Teachers' workload.
student, it
Yes.
may be even parents communication, admission, safety, everything overall, ma'am, I think.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Correct.
yeah.
Thank you, sir. Yes, the overall aspect, the admission, fee, everything comes into consideration. The core areas. That is, first is admission and inquiries. Next is fee tracking and reminders. Then attendance and student records. And the internal staff communications within the then parent communications, all the circulars, then compliance and reporting, the final auditing time. So these are the core areas that needs streamlining. Now let us understand in the using affordable tech tools effectively with the whatever is available. When we say what are tech tools, what are tech tools actually? What are tech tools? We say always say technology.
Digital platforms which we use for teaching, for giving
Yes,
conferences to the children, or
yes,
like
ma'am.
some workshops, or like we have lots of apps today. It's free
Mm-hmm.
of thing also for the institutions to use, so we can use those kind of tech tools. For example, free conferences, and then
Correct.
Zoom,
Yes,
Google Meet,
yes, ma'am.
many more, many more.
Correct. Yes, ma'am. You are truly correct. Yes, mainly with regard to the conferencing, video, or applications. So these are all the digital tools that we use. So when we come to a school, when we say school, so automatically the tech tools are digital applications of platforms that help schools complete tasks faster, more accurately, and with less manual effort, as explained earlier, so that it's easier. But instead, for as in a classroom, yes, we use for especially during the COVID time, we use the video, Google Meet, or even some of the videos we used to share them so that they can learn on some concepts. So these are the digital tools used in the classroom. Yes, but when we come to a school aspect, it is mainly application of our platforms that help schools to complete work at a faster pace. Now, tech tools help schools to what? To mainly collect information, the data, store data effectively without any, you're not misplacing or disregarding it, then communicate clearly without any flaws. They wouldn't be saying that, okay, you have to inform me, because everything is through tech or mobile. So there won't be any question like, oh, you mentioned like this, because there's no oral conversation. Everything is recorded. So, and the tracking their progress, it might be their attendance, or it might be with their regard to their marks. Everything will be registered, and we can track their progress like as per to the grade wise or as per the student wise, and make better decisions. If any changes needs to be done, or if there is a better income, what can be done later, how is the school can be improved better. So tech tools helps schools to mainly on these aspects. So smart schools do not invest in more tools. Remember that smart schools never invest on more tools, but they invest in better use of simple and connected tools. Simple tools, which is easily available, free of cost, which can be anyone and anywhere you can use it. So next is common school tech tools which we use. One is the usually the traditional and the recent tech tools. So earlier the admission inquiry was through notebook. Okay, you can when you are some now also we do that. We usually note many of the admissions like how much they have paid, how much yet to be paid, how many if they have paid any part payment. Also, we make a note on the date wise. But when you are using a tech tool, you can use a Google form. It immediately fills all the details, like depending on their Are they interested to join the school, or what is their expectation? Which grade are they looking for? Everything can be done. Then the attendance. When we say attendance, we usually do the register. Well, that's a normal, which we can do it. We keep doing it. That's the easiest, convenient way. But when it comes to like finally deciding as to how many are out of, because usually each classroom has 40, minimum 30 to 40 students. So to collect all the details, it would be difficult. So when you're using a tech tool, it is mainly on the Google Sheet or the LMS, that is Learning Management System. And the fee tracking. When we say fee tracking, we used to use the ledger books, the debit and the credit, everything used to be there. So, but what will happen when you use a spreadsheet, you can identify, you can total also, you can minus also. Everything would be an easier aspect instead of a ledger book. So everything will be recorded and there won't be errors in the calculation also, because automatically if you give a formula, it gets calculated. Diary on, make a note of that. Tomorrow is a holiday, or tomorrow there's a half day, or anything, or with regard to the homework. But these days we have used the WhatsApp or email, which is a convenient way to communicate and to easy. And I think everyone has a smartphone. It might be any family, they'll be having a one person in the family will be having a smartphone. Then is the lesson plans. When you used to actually update in a physical file or a physical booklet, correct, right? We used to have a book and we used to make note the lessons, what we are going to teach in this week, on what topics and what kind of TLM you are going to use. Instead of that, when you're using learning management system or a drive, what will happen is that it gets saved, it gets stored. Even when if you're a coordinator or a school leader, you can refer it, how they are doing, what they are doing. Instead of going to the book, you can, as per the school class wise, you can look into it, what they are doing. So that would help. Next is the reports. When you say reports, is the manual compilation, as with ledger book we used to do, manual compilation. Yeah. But you can use a dashboard and identify where what needs to be done, what can be done, what could be done also. So these are the common school tech tools that can be used from the traditional to the tech tool. So whatever you are seeing here, this is free of cost, easily available. We might be implementing, but you can work. If you're not, you can work on it. We could help you on that. Then simple tech ecosystem for schools. One is this, when you say simple tech, one is the input. What is the, when you say input, it is mainly getting all the aspects like forms, LMS or attendance, or getting all the informations. That is the input. Next comes the process. What you track it, everything, record it in the Google Sheets, like mainly the central tracker where everyone files in. Then comes the storage part. And these files, whatever sheet, it might be grade wise or it might be with regard to fees, grade wise, everything comes under a storage, which will be on the Google Drive, a structured folder. It can be grade folder or subject folder or as per the student. Then comes the review part. So finally, when you're every day regardless, you have to review it because you shouldn't misplace it because everything has to be recorded. So this is mainly on the leader access. Who can review it and what is the status of it? Is there any fees pending or is there any problem with the attendance? Do you see that a lot of teachers are taking off or the students are taking off? What might be the cause for it? All these aspects come here, review part. Then comes the action. What action needs to be taken when you after reviewing? Do I need to work on the, do I need to send a circular? Do I need to interact with the parent? Or do I need to have a follow-ups? Or do I need to work on the teaching methodology? There might, because the grades are going down. So all this comes under the action plans. So this is a simple tech ecosystem for schools, which where you have to talk about the input, process, storage, review, and action. So this is a simple cycle. Now let us understand the steps to streamline school operations. When we say streamline school operations, first is the map the workflow. What needs to be done, how it has to be done, the list of things that needs to be done. It should be have a proper workflow. Then create one source of truth. When we say one source of truth, it should be one place where it should be recorded. Meaning each process should have one tracker or a one owner or storage location. So it should be one source of truth. Next is the set clear ownership. When you say set clear ownership, assign responsible to at each step for the process. It probably each one step you need to assign one person for that, so that dedicated person, so there shouldn't be any kind of confusion. Then comes the centralize the data. When we say centralize data, use one digital tracker like a drive or a main Google Sheet, which you can share it among those responsible person itself, instead of multiple register, because it would be confusing. So use one digital tracker instead of multiple registers. Next comes the review, which is the most in every process. The review and refine is the important process, because whatever you do, whatever work has been done, whatever data has been collated, has to be reviewed. And so this you have to, because this helps in discussing what's working, what's not working, and what improvement needs to be done. So this review and refine has to happen in most all the cases itself. So this is the steps to streamline school operations. Any kind of operations, you have to do it in this way. Now let us understand admission workflow. When I say a workflow, how it can be done. So admission workflow, common problem in a school, what will happen is that inquiries come through schools, through calls usually, visits, messages. No, whatever the inquiry comes, it might be to the teacher itself. So no single inquiry record is there. It's not recorded on what they have come back to, or why what they have called up also. So, and missed follow-up. Sometimes if there are too much of inquiry, too many inquiries, we forget it. Correct, right? So, or we miss it. If we do not forget it, we miss it. So, or we overlook it. So do you see this in admission workflow? Do you see these common problems, or do you have any other problems with it?
No proper counseling.
No proper counseling. Okay. To why? Okay. Got it, ma'am. So yeah, no proper counseling has been given to select the school, or even if, I think that will become again with the school counselor in the school itself, right? So along with the common problems, as ma'am mentioned, another thing is the counseling, which needs to happen, which is not during the admission time, so that they understand what the school provides, what kind of facilities the school provides. That also can be added. So simple admission workflow, how it is. One is the inquiry. Usually how it first happens, the inquiry, then comes, we have to record, where you have to record which parent has called for which grade. Everything needs to be recorded. Then the follow-up, we have to follow up with the parent as to, are they interested to join the school. Probably at this time we can give a counseling as to what else school kind of facilities are there, how is the child is, or you can give a support over there. Then decision, you allow them to make a decision as to how it will work out. And then finally confirmation. Once they confirm, it is that they are going to get admitted to the school. So you have registered that this child is going to be admitted to the school. So how to implement? When I say that admission workflow, how it can be implemented in your school. One is through Google Forms or WhatsApp link for inquiries. So you can have a link for inquiries, or even you can share it through our parents and register them. You can send a Google form to the parents, a circular, and ask them to share it through your friend circles. Automatically they can fill their form, and the interest or any kind of challenges that they have, all these aspects can be provided. Because sometimes there are parents who, there might be a special child who might be hyperactive, or might be a slow learner. So they might find that how will the school support? So probably a question on those aspect also might help. And then auto response to parents. Actually, so I usually get this message when I was adding some of the school leaders to the group. Got an auto message also. Probably others if other schools can also implement auto messages that will be contacting them back. But simple auto message will not help. We need to have a track of it, or follow up on it as to why we have contacted or why we have messaged them. Then central Google Sheet as inquiry tracker. If you have a main Google Sheet which has all the responsibility, mains are shared to key people, because this inquiry, if one person is on leave, probably due to some medical emergency for 2 to 3 days, and this inquiry can't be kept on pause, because The market, I'm not sure if it's the right word to use, but the market is so demanding. So if we do not get a response from the school immediately, the parent immediately jumps to another school. So we need to be very aware of that, alert on it, and if we so the central Google Sheet can help so that others also can refer and follow up on it. Then one staff member responsible for follow-ups. So that they are committed for it. So what will happen is that result when you have a proper admission workflow. So no enquiry is missed. So every enquiry is tracked. If any follow-up also is tracked, faster responses, immediate responses is there. So the parents are satisfied because the parents are also expecting these days. Then clear accountability. Who is in charge? So we'll be knowing it. So we cannot say that no, this person told me, no, this person, I was not there. No, we cannot say that. So there is a clear accountability. So this is the result of having a proper admission workflow. Now let us understand the next is the fee tracking workflow. When we say fee tracking workflow, so what do you usually common problems that you face? Some might be teachers who might become a school leaders also. So you can talk about some of the common problems that you face.
I'm Arun Kumar, speaking from Jaunpur, UP. The common problems I see the cost of schooling and educational system which we charge generally is beyond the capability of common man, and the competition in charging higher fees and all has become the fashion. That is
Yes,
what
sir.
I feel the common people are struggling with the education and not able to get even after paying the quality education as well. This is I feel my experience is all about.
Okay, sir. With regard to the fees, yes, sir. And parents, okay. One of the message that I've received is parents don't pay fees on time, pending fees till months. Yeah, okay. So there are two aspects that came up. One is with regard to the fee where the high fee has been charged. That is a common issue. I mean, general issue which is faced in the recent because of the kind of competition. We have the schools which are, especially in the urban schools, we have vibrant schools where some are providing with the hi-fi facilities where they charge to the maximum core, which a common person may not afford or cannot afford it. So that is a challenge which is generalized, but when we talk, that is a true factor, sir. But yeah, here the main, when you say free tracking workflow, it's mainly how, very for affordable private school, how they can track fees. So for an affordable private schools with the available resources, even for a common man, it might be challenging also. It's not, they won't be able to pay because sometimes they are more into farming or on a daily wages. So and even the daily wages want their child to go to a private school and they cannot don't want them to send to the government schools. So because they want to match with the society. So there are a lot of challenges that come. So when we are talking about fee tracking workflow, it is mainly how we are able finding difficulty in collecting the fees and recording it. So usually manual fees registers, usually as mentioned, we usually record it manually. Then parents unsure of pending fees. As Paul sir mentioned that they do not pay it on one time and they take every month they keep on paying on an installment basis. So and they wouldn't be sure how much is the pending fees and the last minute follow-ups. And when it is come to the final year, when in the month of March before the exams, so last minute follow-ups happen and we are confused as to how much is there and everything, automatically it impacts. And last time, I think all the school owners, the school leaders got an impact when because of the COVID time, because that started in the month of March and the pending fees was not collected and that impacted the schools a lot. So to avoid those kind of situation, unavoidable circumstances, is always to have a proper workflow and a proper follow-up. So simple admission workflow. One is the fee due, how much is the fee is pending. Then reminder messages, it can be used through a WhatsApp, so there are a call. Then comes the payment, how much they need to make the payment and how much you have collected. Then updating whatever it's been collected to update in the tracker. This is a simple workflow. And finally, the confirmation that you send out a message to them that we have collected so much and the balance due is so much. So how to implement? Simple tools. So monthly fee tracker in Google Sheets and WhatsApp reminders or template bits, and update status immediately after payment. So when monthly fee tracker has to be done in a Google Sheets, then automatic WhatsApp reminders, as I mentioned, then update status immediately after payment, because it shouldn't be skipped. That once if it is skipped or mistaken, automatically it has a negative impact on the school. So what will happen? Result, fewer calls, because everything has been recorded, everything is a reminder message has been sent. So less calls can be made until unless they are not still not paying. Then less stress for admin, not much of a pressure. Then transparent system, because everyone can view, especially as a school leader, you can view how many of them paid, for how which grade, how many has been still pending. Everything is easily available. Next is the communication workflow. Communication workflow, when you say it is mainly on the kind of circulars. So when you say circulars, sent, common problems that is happens is sent but not received. Usually they send that you have sent it, but they mention that not received, especially the hard copies. Then multiple WhatsApp groups. There are a lot of WhatsApp groups, like subject-wise groups or grade-wise groups, and one school group. Lot of groups will be there. So the communication, they say that we missed out. Then no official communication record, and no communication record has been done. It's just the communication has been sent. But if you just refresh your data and automatically, if all the previous history is gone, you do not have any kind of record of it. So what is the workflow that is required for admission? So communication workflow is: one is draft, then is approve, then comes the send it, then archive it. Whatever this draft that you have done, you have to archive it so that it is saved in your email or even in your folder. Then folder for circulars. You make a circulars, or everything is recorded. You can, because whenever you can just refer it, the date will be there, everything what you have sent, everything will be there. They cannot say that we have skipped it. Then comes the how to implement. One official WhatsApp business account. Remember, you can open a business account as a school also. You can open a business account. Then broadcast list, not groups, not WhatsApp groups, a broadcast list where you can broadcast it. Then, so one message automatically it goes to all the parents. Then Google Drive folder for circulars, all the circulars to be saved in a folder. What is the result of it? Clear communication trials, reduced confusion, there's no confusion. Then professional image, because everything is now tech based. Okay, because that kind of mindset we have automatically, okay, this is more tech driven, so the school is improving and we also have to work on it. So it's a professional image that school has. The professionalism becomes over here. Next comes the compliance and documentation workflow. When we say compliance and documentation workflow, what are the common problems that you can see is last minute document searches. It might be skipped over there, it would have gone over there. So you can the register will keep on flipping the pages to find it. So that last minute document searches, missing or outdated records which are not there. Then stress during inspection, because you are not finding what is required immediately. So simple compliance and documentation workflow is draft, then store, draft what needs to be done, then store it, then review it, and then update it. So everything, whatever you do, you draft it, you store, even if it's an image, scan it, store it, then review it. Is it matching the dates and everything? Then update in the tracker. So how to implement digital folder structure for compliance docs, then monthly review checklist, as to if there is any compliance on the school with regard to that no proper facilities, there is some issue with the subject teaching, there's a problem where the teacher is not teaching properly. All these come under your compliance part and compliance part. So automatically this can be reviewed. Has it been resolved? Has this been worked out? Everything can be done. And then access based sharing, it will not be shared to everyone. It will be particularly to some responsible persons. Then what will happen is that result is audit readiness, reduced leadership stress, and confidence during review. So even confidence during review happens. So this is a compliance and documentation workflow. So now you understood about the attendance, the fees tracking, the compliance and documentation, and the admission. So do you have any doubts till now? Since no one has a doubt, here is a check for understanding a question. Which statement best describes a smart workflow in school management? Which statement best describes a smart workflow in school management? First one, a detailed software with many features. 2, a clear step-by-step process by using simple tools. 3, a task managed by one experienced staff member. 4, a manual register with digital backup. Which statement best describes a smart workflow? 1, 2, 3, or 4?
A detailed software with many features, ma'am.
Detailed software with many features. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
And the second option is also applicable. But
I
as
see.
for now, as we have to update it, we have to create an app for a school with all the details in one app.
Got it.
So I suggested with the first option. But
First option.
second option is also a right option. If we
Yes.
don't have a much financial status of the school, we can go for a second option. With simple tools, we can have a step-by-step process.
Correct, ma'am. Anyone else? Thank you, ma'am. No one? Yes. Ma'am clearly explained it that if there is a financial problem or if a challenge, then you can use a clear step-by-step process using simple tools. So only thing is that when you're affordable private school, automatically you can use a step-by-step process using simple tools because not complicated. Only when it is once you have got an investment, you can use a upgraded software with many features which can plan accordingly. But with the available whatever you have, you can use it. A clear step-by-step process using simple tools. Next, big question. What is the most important benefit of using workflows for admissions, fees, communication, and compliance? Faster work only for admin staff, reduction in paperwork, clear accountability in fewer errors, more technology in the schools. So what is the most important benefit of using workflows?
More technology in school.
More technology in school. Okay, ma'am. Thank you. 4. Okay, thank you, sir. So what is the importance of using workflows?
Actually, first option is also right. Faster work only for admin staff.
Yeah, actually, it's a confusing question, but the answer is with the most important benefit of using workflows. It is mainly the workflows, a proper flow. So why it is important? It is mainly to have a clear accountability and fewer errors. Even if it is a technology or even if it's a faster work, when there is a proper workflow, there's a accountability and fewer errors. But if there is no proper workflow, your technology is there. The accountability and who is doing what, everything is a confusion. So,
Yeah,
so
right.
so the question is slightly confusing.
Yeah,
So,
right.
yeah, mainly it's the workflow. So the most important benefit of using a workflows. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Yes. Thank you, teachers. Now let us go to the next topic, that is on the digital dashboard to monitor key school metrics, which most of you are doing it. So how to monitor it? Sample dashboards, attendance dashboards, how it looks. This is mainly attendance on a student and teachers. So you are registering. So when you're tracking everything in an Excel sheet, you will come to know grade 6, how many students were present in a week and how many teachers were present. So the percentage is seen. So what's the key observations you can make? In generally here it is above 90%. It is okay, stable, but nowhere it's 100%. And in grade 7, you see that the student attendance is 87% and teachers attendance is 95%. Low on Mondays. How? Because on the when they checked on when they were tracking on a daily basis, they found that on Mondays the attendance were low. So a frequency they have observed that the attendance is low on Mondays. So this is observation. So similarly for grade 8, 93% of the student attendance and 10% teacher attendance. So it is the best. So on grade 9, you can see that 85% student attendance and teacher attendance is 92%, which because even the teachers are reducing the less attendance and even the students. And students are 85% for a grade 9. So automatically it needs action. So they have to work on it. So this is a general dashboard from the data that you have worked on, the data that you have collected. And here is a fee tracking dashboard. So here in the fee tracking dashboard, what will happen is that the total fee collected that are due from the grade 6, that is 3 lakhs. So collected is how much till today? It is 2,65,000. So the balance is 35,000. So what he had to do, 35,000 for grade 6. It's not for one particular student. So total amount of 35,000 needs to be collected from grade 6. When you click on, when you go to the 35,000, who has to be, which students are yet to pay, you'll get those details over there in detail. This is a dashboard. Mainly you're getting the highlights of it. So what action needs to be taken? Reminders. You have to send a reminder messages or WhatsApp messages they have to do. Similarly, for grade 7, what happened? There is a 60,000 pending. So what will happen? Instead of reminder, a call has to happen. Personal call has to check why they are unable to pay or what might be the reason and when they're going to pay it. So similarly for grade 8 and grade 9. So this is a dashboard of all the data that have been collected. I'll be sharing those file with you so that you can work on it. Then how to use the dashboards. So what will happen when you're saying dashboards? Admin update should be every time done weekly basis. It should be done weekly basis. And however, teacher update, it might be attendance or marks or anything. It should be on a monthly basis. And as a leader, you are a coordinator. It should be once in a month. You have to track all those details. Has it been done or not? You have to track it. Next is actions track. Actions tracked is that has it been done or not? It cannot be monthly. Once I'll go and just check. No. Actions tracked, it should be regularly. Are they doing it on a regular basis? But the review for it done in once in a month. So that's how the dashboard works on. So next is the building staff digital habits. When you say staff digital habits, because these days the students are more digitally knowledgeable than us. So as a teacher, we need to build those habits also so that it can be utilized in the classroom and even they can work on it instead of recording everything on a book or a register. So train staff to adopt digital habits. So what does it mean when you say training staff is not about only teaching software? It is about helping staff build simple, repeatable digital habits so work is done, like correct consistently with minimum rework. So why is it important? Fear of making, I'm not going to depth of it. It's more for a refresh. So it's a fear of making mistakes. Why is it important? Fear of making mistakes, feeling that digital work adds extra workload. They think like that. And unclear expectation, what to enter, where and by when. When should you focus? When should you focus? When new tools are introduced, when data mismatch keeps happening, when leaders depend on reminders and follow-ups. So on these situations, we need to work on. And when staff say, I don't know, or I thought someone else was doing it. So this can't be the reason. So how should you approach? You can use clarity, what exactly expected. As a school leader or we can instruct the teacher as to giving a clarity at what exactly is expected from them, what they need to do. Consistency, same process for everyone. It should be not particular teacher in this process and some lower grades not required. No, it should be for from the lower grades to the upper grades. It should be the same process for everyone. And support. It should be a training and not a policy, because you have to encourage them to implement and to utilize it. So that training has to happen. It's more of a support to them. Next is staff digital SOP document. This is something which you can work on, standard operating procedure, how the teacher can start introducing a digital. A simple written guide that explains how to how a task should be done digitally. What are the elements that is for standard operating procedure for digital? So task description, what exactly needs to be done? Like if it is it about attendance, or is it about a marks? So what you have to instruct. Then tool to be used. Which tool they need to use? Do they need to use Google Sheets or Forms or LMS? So it should be, everyone should be using the same thing. Then data entry format. In what format? The date should be in this format. So what to type, select or upload. So it should be, no, shouldn't be Excel SX, one person using Microsoft Excel, another person using Google Excel sheets. No, so you have to clearly state in which sections they need to do it, in which format. Dates also should be in this format, even the points or colons, everything needs to be instructed. Then submission timeline, by when it has to be submitted within a week or 7 days. Every 7 days they have to submit. Monday they have to submit. So this needs to be given, submission timeline. Then review owner. Who checks it? Who is it? The coordinator who checks it, or the principal who checks it, or the school owner who checks it? So you have to be done a review owner. So all these things aspects has to be given. This should be a standard operating procedure, SOP, that is called as SOP. So it should be a proper procedure for everyone. So sample SOP checklist. I'll be sharing you this handout with you. So this is a small checklist: daily and attendance entry, fee collection update, and parent communication. So task description, they have mentioned: enter daily student attendance for each class, tool to be used, Google Sheet, everything, all the SOP they have mentioned. Data entry format, mark P or A, that is present or absent using drop down. Or submission timeline 9:30 a.m., but that's slightly impossible. So you can give them 1 day later. Now the next day by 9 o'clock you can mention. So review owner, academic coordinator, who is going to review it. Status draft or approve in use. So is it in use, or is it in draft, or is it been approved on a monthly basis? It can be checked. Remarks working, whatever, it is working smoothly. No, there is a slight problem, there is attendance shortage. All the things can be updated over here. Similar to fee collection and parent communication. How it can be done, everything will be done. I'll be sharing this handout with you. Now, cybersecurity and responsible tech use. As most of you are aware, what is cybersecurity and data privacy. So ensuring that protecting all digital information of the school and using technology responsibly, because that matters a lot. Because misusing, there is a lot of hackers over here. There, many of them just misuse it. You usually keep on getting spam calls, everything. So we need to be very careful on the data privacy. Then this includes mainly safeguarding student, parent, and staff data, because we are, as a school, we have a lot of information. You have to safeguard that, control who can access what information. When you're using all kind of access, like simple digital tools, we need to give an access, who can actually access it. If others, it can be just view it, they cannot edit it or anything. And using official platforms for communications, and avoiding personal, then preventing misuse, leakage, or loss of data. So next is why is this important? Schools manage high sensitive information such as student personal and academic records, parent contact and financial details, and staff records and evaluation. If leaked, it becomes, if misused, what will happen? Loss of parent trust, because they lose parent trust on the school. Then legal and compliance issues, they might file a case also. Sometimes damage to the school reputation, emotional and safety risk of students, because how they misuse, we do not know. So that's the reason data privacy is a must, and you need to be very careful, and who is responsible, and they have to be given only the access to use it. Not everyone can be given the access. Next is the when should school focus on this? Mainly before introducing digital tools like Drive, WhatsApp, or LMS, or when staff use personal device for official work. Then when student data is shared digitally, and during audits or inspection or accreditation. Then whenever there is staff turnover, and finally regularly at least once every academic year. So on when this should be used, cybersecurity every time, and data privacy has to be regularly, especially every once in academic year, needs to be assessed. Is it being misled or mispracticed? Everything needs to be checked on it. So who is responsible? Leadership team, I think, approves policies and rules, assign access rights, reviews compliance regularly. Admin and office staffs handle admissions, fees records securely, use only official tools and accounts. Teachers protect student data, avoid sharing information on personal platforms, and follow SOPs and communication guidelines so that it's not misled. That students learn safe and responsible digital behavior because they need to understand how to use a digital, because a lot of them get stuck in that and they go into a lot of phases. Then respect privacy of peers and teachers. And finally, parents use official channels for communication, follow digital conduct guidelines. So everything, all this, so each person is responsible on this cyber security and data privacy. So they have to work only on these things. So the others shouldn't get an access, and we should build an awareness, especially on students and parents, depending on the region wise. Here is an assignment. Before the assignment, do you have any doubts as of now? I know these are the most of the things are common in your school, which you are using also. But it's one thing where you again have a refresh of about it and try to, if you're not, you can try to work on it. Okay. So here is one assignment. Choose only one area to start with. Probably admission, fee tracking, attendance or academics, or compliance or documentation. You can use a workflow, draft a workflow, how to record, where you're going to rev it, where you're going to save it, what all list are you going to do it. So all this, so have a workflow on it. So on any particular aspect, it might be admission, fee tracking, attendance or academics, or compliance or documentation. Okay. Yes. The summary, if no one has doubt, yeah. I think I said it 6 minutes. Yeah. Streamline daily school operations using simple digital workflows to reduce manual works and errors. Then use affordable integrated tech tools effectively instead of adding multiple complex systems. So enable data-driven leadership through clear dashboards tracking key school metrics, mainly with the school metrics. Then build consistent digital habits among staff with clear SOPs, training, and support. And finally, protect school data and trust by ensuring cybersecurity, privacy, and responsible technology use. Because the more the technology we use, the more we get into it. So need to be careful. So the next topic will be on grow your school through strong branding, parent loyalty, and marketing, which is the upcoming, because the end of year is coming, academic year. So the school has to work on it. So the 31st is on 31st January 2025. That is next Saturday at 4 p.m. same time. So the topic that will be discussed on will be on building strong parent-school relationship to drive retention and referrals. Use structured communication channels to create trust and involvement. Then finally, promote a clear school identity using cost-effective marketing tools. And finally, plan and track admissions efforts with a simple data-driven approach. So this is the topic. So for strong branding, especially for the school leaders, so that is more important. And teachers are a part of it in parent loyalty also, because you actually encourage them, because what you do that has an impact on the school.